Namaste everyone and welcome to Kashvani, where Vani asks why. Today I'm trying very hard not to be too excited because my guest today is someone I've looked up for a very long time. She's fast, fearless, and fantastic. She made history by becoming the first Indian fencer ever to qualify for the Olympics and has inspired so many young athletes to dream big and work hard. She's a two-time Commonwealth fencing gold medalist and she shocked the sporting world at 2023 Asian Fencing Championships by defeating the reigning world champion to win India's first ever historic bronze medal. A true master of the blade, her extraordinary contributions towards Indian sports were recognized by the Government of India by the prestigious Arjuna Award in 2021. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome the one and only CA Bhawani Devi. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining me here on Akashvani. I'm really excited to know about your journey. I have a million questions ready for you and I can't wait to dive into your incredible journey. From practicing with bamboo sticks to becoming India's ultimate fencing superstar. I'm exactly 11 years old right now and you started your fencing journey when you were 11 years old. Can you tell us how did you meet fencing? How did you discover it?
So I started fencing by accident. So I joined new school in my 6th standard. So I had to choose one sport. So by the time I went from my table to the bench to the teacher, fencing was the last option they had. I want to play some sport. I'm like, just take my name for fencing. So that's how I joined the sport.
That was a good accident.
How did you join fencing?
Something like this. I was not actually very sporty person, and even we had to pick for sports, and I had no option. I just put fencing.
Oh, cool.
I read that you started practicing with bamboo sticks before getting a real sword. So how did it feel when you were actually holding the actual weapon?
So yes, we did not have proper equipments and also we did not had pist at all in my training. So we just had one demo pieces to show us what are the fencing equipments and then we used to train with the sticks. So for the first national competition, for the first time I used the electric jacket and the wire and the electric mask. I felt discomfort. I felt like someone is pulling me behind and I was not able to move freely because I was not used to that.
Yeah.
So it was a bit difficult, but after 1-2 competitions, it felt comfortable. But still, we had to practice with bamboo stick for like 3-4 years. So I had to keep the original equipments for the competitions. So yeah, it was fun. Do you have a fencing club here?
Club, yes.
You have
we
a
have,
fencing pist?
yes. In
Yeah.
school, no, but we have an academy, yes.
Lucky.
Who has been your biggest inspiration in fencing or real life?
So in fencing, Mariel Zagani is from USA. She won a gold medal in London Olympics. She was my inspiration. I also had an opportunity to train with her. So other than fencing, Sania Mirza was my inspiration. I used to watch her on that news. That's how I motivated myself to do something for India.
I'm so happy that I'm able to take a podcast of you. I'm literally getting goosebumps right now.
Thank you.
Even I have a sibling. She's in 10th class, and she's always juggling between fencing, school, studies, etc. And आपकी तो degree है business administration में. So how did you manage everything?
So actually, when I was in 6th class, I was playing fencing, squash, taekwondo, volleyball. I also went for a few weeks for singing class, but that was too much for me. So and then I started to stop each activities, and then I was playing volleyball, fencing, and squash together. And then from my school, they said you are missing so many classes, so you need to choose only one sport. Squash was not part of the school, but it was outside the school activity. So I was doing fencing and squash. But my first ever competition was squash and fencing together on the same day. First competition ever. So I had to choose one sport, either stay in the fencing hall or take the bus and go to the squash hall. But I loved fencing more, and also my friends were more in fencing, so I chose fencing. So it was not actually difficult for me to manage sports and education. Actually, sports helped me to get better with my education. I was scoring better after I joined sports. After fencing, my scores were getting better. Even sometimes I get surprised. Oh my God, it's really my mark. I got 95 in maths. How? So sports really helps you to get better with your
But don't you have
memory
less?
power.
But
Yeah.
don't you have less time for studies? Then?
No, even if you study 1 hour and if you give that particular time with right focus, you don't need all the time to focus on one activity. 1 hour is enough to do studies for one day. If you really, if you know what you want to, if you have a plan like in fencing, you need to have a plan for this day I do footwork, this day I focus on my techniques. It's the same way in education, you need to plan your program like timetable, you need to follow that. If you follow that, you don't actually need a lot of time to do one activity. You can do many things.
Okay. What does a typical fencing training day look for you?
So we train 5 to 6 hours every day.
Oh
So
my God, that's
one and a half hour to 2 hours for physical preparation, and then 1 hour for technical and strategical preparations, and then 2 hours or 3 hours we just make bouts.
Bouts is the best part.
Yeah. So you don't like warm-ups. You just go and change your clothes
No,
and fence.
I have to do warm up. But the most fun part is bouts. You became the first Indian fencer to qualify for the Olympics. When you walked into the Olympic arena wearing Indian colors, what was going through your mind, and how has becoming an Olympic changed your life?
Oh, it's the most unforgettable moment for me. I could never forget that memory. So when I was just walking on the fencing pitch, my mother was just sitting in front of the pitch, and who is the main support system for my journey, because earlier fencing was not popular and nobody was even supporting the sport, and there was no future for the sport at that time. So my family was the main reason I could continue for my dream. And so when that dream was happening and I could see the person who was helping me to achieve that dream, it's the best part of my life. And then I was just remembering all the journeys that took me to Tokyo and took me to fence on the Tokyo Olympics. And it's the Olympics. It's a very, very special moment.
That's very inspiring. You have broken so many barriers and achieved so many firsts for India. Does that feel like a responsibility, being the person who opens the door for the budding or the new?
It is actually. It is not that I took it as a responsibility. It has come with my achievements that people started looking up to me more, and which is good. And it gives a confidence and encouragement to other young fencers that they can also do those kind of big achievements in their fencing career. So yes, it is a good responsibility. At the same time, again, I follow my dream to win medal for India. It is a responsibility as well. Being representing India on the world stage is like comes with the responsibility of being a good, disciplined athlete on the stage. So yes, I'm happy with being with that responsibility, and I'm also happy that more youngsters are taking up this sport seriously.
What is the biggest life lesson fencing has taught you?
That's a very good question. So life lessons, there are a lot of lessons I have learned from my fencing journey, but the first and the best lesson I have got it from my first ever international competition, where I got a black card for being late. So I understood the value of time. So I always make sure that whatever I do in my life, I make sure about the being on time or doing things in time, never being late or never being doing something out of time. So time is the most important lesson I have learned from fencing.
That was really insightful. Athletes often have to follow strict diets. Honestly, when my mom gives me healthy food, I just hate it. I don't like it. How do you feel about strict diets?
Firstly, she's only 11. You don't have to be.
Not strict diets, but any healthy food, I don't like it.
Oh, healthy foods are tasty. You just need to understand that taste because even for me, when you travel abroad, you don't find your food, even if it is healthy or unhealthy. You have to understand that taste. So it's just you need to practice having that kind of food. It is not like healthy foods are untasty and unhealthy foods are tasty. It's just your mindset. You just need to like it and learn the taste of that kind of food. So for me, it was not difficult. I always used to adapt any kind of food available just to survive. So I'm okay with any kind of food. Yeah.
If an 11-year girl like me says, I want to become an Olympian one day, and that's actually true, I want to become an Olympian one day, so what would you tell me?
I would say yes, keep the dream, and you need to train not just to go to the Olympics. Think beyond the Olympic Games because when you perform in the Olympic Games, how you want to perform, how you want to play, how you want to do your attire. So you have to visualize these kind of things and you have to train accordingly. And most important thing is you have to enjoy. Don't take pressure of that I must go to Olympics. Yeah, it's your dream. You are doing your best and you need to believe and you need to be sure that yes, I gave my best today and you have to go to your bed with this feeling.
Thank you so much. I had a great time with you. I learned a lot. I'll take back the insights and use it in real life.
Thank you so much. Very good. You did a good job.